It's like our theme song is like written by the Blues Brothers.
I dig it.
But really, it's just Yoshi's Island.
I dig it.
Welcome to Miniboss Podcast. Yeah.
Brother.
I'm Matt with Erik.
What's up?
Erik, how you doing?
I'm here, man. Hopefully this one fucking actually works. We've been having some
technical difficulties. I still plan on putting out the punch out video.
We're
with
gonna
some
do
effects of just like, and that's the time our mics died.
And then,
but we're hoping. I did a little bit of tinkering here and there, and I hope that this is the one.
This one time
that sticks. Because I swear to God, I am so tired about talking about the Switch 2.
The same thing 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. It's been rough.
I at that point, the conversation seems boring because I talked about it 3 different times, and it's just...
We went from a lively 2-hour pod to a... like when we redid it last time, and then it didn't work, into a very aggressive 1 hour 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, especially so we're recording this on a Sunday evening.
Yeah.
Getting off on like a Friday afternoon or like a Thursday, I think it was. I had a bad day at work and I feel like I do my best work when I'm like slightly angry.
When we're a little aggro. Yeah.
But all that energy, I mean, just into the ether now. Into my recycle bin. And hanging out in
unallocated space till temporary internet files eventually deleted
until it gets rewritten over.
Oh man!
Shit!
That was TJ Miller, and that was Shermanator.
Oh, so we're you can't see it, but we're watching classic game commercials on the TV on mute, and yeah, that is the Shermanator from
American Pie.
American Pie. American Pie 2 was a great.
I dug it.
That was that is peak millennial core movie. Yeah. I feel like
it was awesome for what it was.
Yeah, fuck a pie.
It's just weird. The first time,
didn't he glue his hand to his crotch or something in the second one?
2. Yeah, I remember the first one I saw it. It was on HBO, and then I was watching it. My dad was on the couch. I'm like, okay, just turn away every time Shannon Elizabeth shows boob.
Whatever happened to Shannon Elizabeth? She was so fucking hot.
She's probably doing great. She's probably doing just fine.
She's probably married to like some corporate lawyer.
I mean, she's easily in her 50s now.
Still banging, probably.
Yeah. But I'm assuming she's good. Like, she was in a lot of really cool stuff.
Shannon Elizabeth, if you're listening, and we know you are, like, comment, and subscribe. And like, I hate doing that. But like the fact that it's like
bite your nails. And
hey, if you're watching this on YouTube and you're not liking, you're not commenting, and you're not subscribing, please do that kind of stuff. We need engagement
so that we can get sponsors.
We want the numbers to go.
Support your local podcast. Except for the one I like to rip on, but. They'll figure it out.
Jesus. Every so often, my spit tries to kill me. Right now?
If you die on stream, dude, you better like, comment, and subscribe.
You know what? Top comment.
Maddie only goes to heaven. If you like.
Top comment gets to write my eulogy.
Oh, dude. Hell yeah. I'm going to create 50 accounts.
Chicken jockey.
Just to be a problem.
Speaking of fucking this Minecraft movie shit.
Did you what? You didn't watch it?
I didn't watch it, but I kind of want to go see it, and I hope I have the most rowdy theater.
There's a way to make that happen.
These kids are treating this movie like it's a Rocky Horror Picture Show, and I'm about it.
Really?
Oh, yeah. They're coming in. I mean, like they're throwing popcorn around, and that shit sucks.
Okay, fuck them.
But there are certain lines where like there's like a call and response. Like, you're wet. She's always wet.
Right, yeah.
But, like, I am Steve and Chicken Jockey, whatever the fuck that means, are, like, sending these teenagers into fucking the funnest, there we go, grammar. The funnest, reel that I've seen is a theater manager doing like impotent rage, like at all these kids. And if like you do that to a 14-year-old, they're just gonna do it more.
Mm-hmm. That's why we need like bat theater. By that I mean like all the ushers are encouraged to use small baseball bats.
It's almost like
we could lower the prices of movies by like $2. Everybody would want to go to that one.
You want to sign up to be a guardian angel? Like you remember the
those
New York fucking?
They're still a thing, and they
did
a lot
help
of them
clean
are
up crime.
They a little bit, but they've just been doing racist shit lately. There was one where they were getting interviewed. It was this year. It was probably 6 months ago. I saw this on Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. You had like the leader of them. They had their maroon berets, which stolen culture from airborne army. They're subway born. They're not airborne. But anyway,
the underground troops.
Yeah, and they were like you saw it was the dude talking, big group behind him. And then they saw a Mexican dude, and half of them went in there. And then the dude's like, "Oh, we gave him a little pain tolerance there, made sure everything was good."
We stuck bamboo underneath his fingernails until he cried.
They beat the crap out of him on the platform of the subway, and it turned out that dude did nothing wrong. Like he just was trying to move through that group of people that were trying.
It's crazy times we're living in, man. Crazy times we're living in. I mean, Fond du Lac doesn't have a subway. They have a barely functioning bus system.
Oh God!
But maybe I can be like the guardian angel for that, and I'll just like keep a ruler in my pocket like a nun in Catholic school.
I would do a lanyard with a sizable rock on it,
like a sling.
Yeah.
So, we're recording on Sunday evening. We've had, most days, Sundays, nothing going on.
No,
I had a whole lot of going on, nothing going on.
You got...
But with the whole plumbing issue.
Yeah, tell us about the problem
every time I need to get a plumber, it turns into an absolute headache.
Mm-hmm.
My ceiling tiles aren't impregnated with water, which is nice because there's nothing like cold, septic, poopy water dripping on you when you're trying to get clean.
Hello.
The second time was when I gave Willow a bath and like her dog hair got so fucking compacted that I had to like get a roto-rooter. But the thing with contractors is like we'll be there between 8 and 5 and then they show up at 7:30 in the morning and go, no one was home. Guess we don't have to do this job.
Yeah.
And then today, waiting around all friggin' day just for the guy to be like, I don't know what to do.
Oh, God.
So now there's going to be a new plumber coming tomorrow. There are some very foreign objects in my tub right now. I'm hoping it's not mold, but it is black and flaky, so...
Third Street Studio building.
Wahoo!
Building up our immune systems every day.
Well, because at this point, I'm just kind of over it. I do hope that whatever plumber comes around is just cool with a dog.
Yeah.
She gets excited. She won't bite you that hard.
Leave an edible or a pre-roll for the dude. Just like, knock this out, man.
This is for you. Only to be taken after you fix my neighbor's pipe. Because you think it's not even my shit.
Yeah, it's the bathroom.
It's the upstairs shit that's fucked up, and I'm the one that's gotta suffer.
What are y'all even doing up there?
Fucking probably
meth. No, you can smell it.
It's just someone with a very clogged tub.
I do my poops in the sink. I don't know why his pipes are doing that.
They call that waffle stomping, when you poop in the shower. And
that was a thing, wasn't it?
I tell you, in the military, the women are way worse.
Oh.
They would shove those tampons down the drain, and men never had to have shower watch. You know, we get in, we shower. Sometimes there's a little bit of jizzing.
You had time to yeah.
I mean, on a ship's shower and deployment, I mean, yeah. I mean, I feel like guys can make themselves jizz fairly quickly.
We didn't have wank time.
You're not doing like long strokes. You're not like loving yourself. You're just
the goon jars at home.
Yeah. Get this poison out of me.
By the way, ball jars are the best jars for gooning. Apparently, I end up in some weird rabbit holes when I stay up late.
Oh, is it like My Little Pony jar?
Oh my god, please no.
So yesterday,
what'd y'all do?
had a really fun day. It was set building, and my guilt from not going to set building for Rocky Horror last fall got into me a little bit.
Well, you sold them Bennett.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that was fine.
I had a stand-in, but this time we showed up. I think we got there around like 11 a.m.
Ooh.
But yeah, having to like remember how to use like table saws and circular saws and jigsaws, and who buys star screws like Phillips? That should be the only one you get
Generally.
So having to bring my shitty drill, I got like this weird Temu drill, very low power.
Now you want an impact for that kind of shit.
Fucking once that died and Ashley started like drilling with like the Milwaukee drill, she's like, "Oh yeah, power!" And I felt a little cucked.
It's an impact.
I felt a little
fun.
Drill cucked,
dude. Milwaukee is better than Ryobi in my opinion. When it comes to tools.
I mean, there's DeWalt,
which
is cool because it has like I think the Triforce is their
yeah.
symbol. But Milwaukee Tools, that's where it's out because like, you know what? Buy local, buddy.
And it's quality.
Oh yeah, fucking. She was able to just sink screws from like.
That's the drill of choice that I like to use.
Meanwhile, I have my Temu drill, just like my impotent rage.
Yeah, dude. My buddy from back in Savannah, Georgia, used to live with Joe. He swear like everything he owns is Ryobi, and like dude does all the contract work on his house, and like he'll tell you Ryobi for saws, Milwaukee if you need to get something pounded.
Well, especially after doing the social media shit, like set building's coming along, buy a ticket. And sharing that was like, Ashley and I made it a date by bracing and screwing. Because, like, we split off to work on our own projects. And it was so nice to learn that we work real good as a team. It was just like, what's your idea? What's your idea? Your idea seems better. Let's do it this way. And now we get to take a little ownership.
It's nice. That's
of
cool.
Like, hey, I made that.
That's called pride.
That's
what that
Not
is.
just for lions.
Oh yeah. Dude, how we looking? Are we making noise?
No, I'm just turning my microphone down a little bit. My headphones.
Lagane.
Oi.
Welcome
Other
back to
than that,
Minibosses. We've been listening to the Cosmic Psychos for 5 minutes now. We sound like this.
Now we talk Australian.
Kangaroo.
Kangaroo.
There we go.
But, so they had this circular saw.
Yeah.
No guards. No eye protection.
Andy was there, wasn't he?
No.
Was Andy's dad there?
Who's Andy's dad?
Andy's dad is this delightful older man that is a contractor. He built the stages that we used in Top
Is
Shelf.
his name Tom?
Yeah. I believe so.
Didn't know that was Andy's dad.
Oh, no.
I do know Tom
He's
from the bar.
Oh. Well, it might not be then. I'll double check. If he's
Because he was there.
He builds
I recognize this guy. He didn't really recognize me. I used to bartend at Main Pub on Sundays. And it was Tom and Kyle was his friend.
Kyle.
And they would take care of this other dude named Tom who was no longer with us, but was also just like the worst person in the world. So I mean, they did all their energy trying to keep him alive, but Tom himself didn't want to do that no more. And so he used to start fights, call people bad names based on their skin color.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's some piece of shit stuff right there.
And, like, we've had to stop people from clapping back because, like, he's just trying to piss you off. You hit him once and he's dead. He's not worth the manslaughter charge.
Is that the same guy Bennett had an issue with?
Probably.
It feels like...
And turns out it is called manslaughter and not man's laughter.
Oh, that's weird. I fucked shit up.
And also, speaking of the bar, dart players are still the fucking worst.
Oh, no. Was there an instance in the last couple of days?
There was an instance in the last one day.
Oh, dear God.
So,
How
Ashley
long
and
are
I...
there goddamn leagues?
That's what I'm saying. It's leagues upon leagues upon leagues. So, after the happy hour...
Yeah, good time.
In January... There's one episode where I talk about, like, this dart player sticking me with her thumb and going, eh.
Yeah, being kind of a bitch. And was this at
trying to get
Craft
me
City?
at Coliseum. Trying to get me to get out of the way of her dart playing. I'm sorry, miss.
Yeah,
It's fucking 1 a.m. At, I want to say, 4 p.m. yesterday, Saturday, we go to Main Pub. Bar is packed.
Oh, shit.
And... it's just dart players leaving their coats at the bar, going to play darts.
No.
Ashley tried to pee. She got out of the bathroom, and the dart player was just like, go. Go now. And it's like, not like, oh, hey, excuse me, I'm trying to play this fucking game. You're playing a game online.
Yeah.
I mean... I would be pretty upset if I was playing Smash at the bar and people were trying to walk in front of me, but like I would move.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
I wouldn't make a big fucking deal of
just
it.
because you're playing for League doesn't give you special treatment above regular customers.
Buddy, they think it does. They think it's their...
They did that shit at the bowling alley too.
Oh shit, it's that Final Fantasy IX Coca-Cola commercial that I never seen.
Oh, it was a Coca-Cola. Yeah, it was. This looks even better than the new Coke commercial they did with AI. That's really terrible. And this was done like 32 years ago, at least. Like,
we'll leave a link in the description.
Yeah.
If I remember.
The most teased Final Fantasy remake.
Tsunagaru. Coca-Cola. Final Fantasy 9. Which is my favorite. I mean, that's why I have the PS5. Is because... I want that Final Fantasy 9 remaster, and I need that Final Fantasy Tactics.
Oh, dude.
But considering how none of them ever seem to want to come out,
yeah,
I'll hold on a little bit longer.
We're just not going to release the good ones, you know? No big deal.
But, Eric,
what's up?
We are...
What? What are we?
A lifestyle podcast for nerds.
That is correct.
And what you been playing lately?
I am doing the platinum on Skull right now. I'm really happy that I brought you into the cult. That's going to be my next tattoo. Me and Ashley Lambert from Sacred Heart are working on it. I'm going to do like the opening thing. We'll put it up, or it's Googleable. But I'm going to do it with the neon greens.
If we remember.
Yeah. I won't. But no, I'm working on getting that platinum because it's just been so much fun running all the different like combos that I can, because I've been getting some blessed runs recently where I get like one of the best legendary skulls right out the gate, and then I just kind of figure it out from there. So that's
you definitely, before you left last time we were recording, we ended up buying the game on my PS5 and doing a couple runs. I mean, I was pretty drunk, so
you did pretty good though. You almost made it to the first boss.
I mean, I made it to the first boss. That's where I would die.
Nope, you made it to the first mini boss.
The first mini boss. Okay, I made it to the first mini boss.
Yeah,
but it's very Dead Cells.
Very, very well. You played the Dead Cells character, like. That was the
true, but like the way that your weapons work, where you got a primary and a secondary
skills, yeah,
very, very kind of Dead Cells, almost Majora's Mask like, and the heads that you put on.
That's the fun part. They're very different.
It's like Kirby meets Dead Cells.
Yeah, or if you've played like Alex Kidd on Sega, that's a reference for like 5 people.
Yeah, people that are older than us. You got to be fucking 45 or older to
Came out when I was 3.
get the Alex. Alex Kidd was the mascot for Sega before they thought it was Sonic.
Sonic killed it. Like,
Yeah.
It doesn't get better.
Not that Alex Kidd was that great either.
It was not. But PlayStation tried really hard with we can see in the background with Crash Bandicoot, just a dude in a costume talking shit.
There was one meme that I saw, like a Facebook thing, where it's like, vote, one has to go, and one's like a Sega Genesis, the other one is a Super Nintendo, an N64, and a PlayStation 1. And I'm like, it's Sega Genesis, and that's not even close.
Dude, there's some things they could have changed.
Genesis has one game that I like to play, and it's a Castlevania game.
Bloodlines.
The other ones, I'm like, Sonic, take it or leave it. It's not a bad game. It's just not one that I'm interested in. But any other, like, maybe Shining Force?
Shining Force and Shining Force 2. Shining Force 2, I'm still playing through a little bit.
Phantasy Star, maybe?
4 was awesome. The art in the games was phenomenal. Like if you play Shining Force or Phantasy Star, like, it does the character portraits that, like, emote when it
made
talks.
by the same company that did Golden Sun years down the road. So, yeah.
You can tell the art direction is very on point. It's really good.
But, like, I've never been a Sega guy. I think Rampage was fun.
Rampage is
anything
awesome.
else.
I don't even think they had a Stegosaurus in there. Everyone just kind of remembers the T-Rex thing.
The T-Rex, it was the Izzy the iguana.
Yeah, the iguana.
George the ape, and there was a wolf that I forget his name. But yeah, I played a lot of Rampage back in the day.
Oh no, Rampage. I was thinking about. I was thinking about a fighting game called. Fuck.
It's the one with
something Fury.
Primal Fury.
Primal Fury. Yeah.
Primal Fury, where you fought as T-Rexes and Stegosauruses and apes. And there was my favorite one had the fart button, the poisonous fart cloud, because there's no other better disrespect than just farting on your enemy till they die.
By the way, that full circles. Because Skull, if you do the Ghoul Skull and level it all the way up, you have a healing mechanic. It's the only one with a healing mechanic built in. And for like damage you took. And then in order to do it with the Ghoul, you collect. It's got a mechanic with just chunks of flesh that you pick up and it amplifies your attack. It's really cool. But if you want to cash them in.
The waft meter?
A big ring cloud, like when you activate it, when you heal, it poisons everything.
I remember playing Diablo 3 and I had a pair of pants that were real high stats, and their thing was stinky, and it made enemies not want to get close to you.
I love that shit.
Other than that, I know I've been talking about a lot this Forgotten City game.
All right, here we go. Let's send it back.
Started off as a Skyrim mod. Ended up doing so well, they're like, well, why don't we make our own game? And the cool thing, it's made in Australia. Their government gives them grants to just say, oh, you're creating things in our country? Here's money. So, hey! Ashley's here.
Special guest. Good to see you. It's been a couple weeks.
So, started off as a Skyrim mod, became its own game, and it's one of those ones where they really don't treat you like an idiot.
Oh, really? It doesn't hold your hand?
It makes you think, but it doesn't make you think enough to get frustrated.
Okay.
Like, it still has, like, waypoints here and there, but it's just like, how do you deal with this situation? And depending on what you say, the situation changes.
All right.
It's all about time loop shit.
There's some weird shit that you discussed last time.
Oh, yeah. You can get the last boss lets you get into, like, a philosophical argument. And you can, like, use his fallacies against him. He's like, oh, shit, I've been doing it wrong the entire time.
That's how you got that trophy I saw you get when it popped up. Because it tells you, and the only person I really follow anymore is him on PS5. So I'll, like, creep his trophies. It makes me feel good. Schadenfreude.
I turned all my trophies off, so like I am not the trophy guy, but the fact that I got a real cool one.
Yeah, you got one of the highest rated ones. Lowest amount of people got that, or second lowest amount of people got that ultimate ending you got. First time too, because there were no other endings. I know how to stock a trophy like file.
Yeah, there's a lot of like reloading saves.
Yeah, you got to spam.
I've been thinking about I mean, with the whole Nintendo Switch 2 shit going on, apparently like now chips and computer type things aren't going to be affected.
I don't even know anymore.
Exceptions. Man. Yeah, that's the thing. It's no use reporting.
Does anybody remember money's fake, right?
Yeah.
Right. Like, yeah, continue.
You take the Nintendo Switch 2 by force with your fists.
Listen, if there are two things that if they get more expensive or go away is when I become so radicalized that the world will end on my whim. And that is if you touch gaming consoles to a certain extent.
That's what radicalizes the gamer boys. And if you can get the gamer dudes against you, it's all over for you.
You know what step 2 is? And if they do porn 2, which is in Project 2025, all the gamers are going to become a problem for the world. We saw what happened to Elon Musk.
the incels will rise up.
The incels are my favorite trolls. I like to stay on their team and be like, you know what? I'm going to call you a V-cell. I'm going to pretend that it's their fault. Now go destroy my enemies whenever they're trying to broadcast on or stream on Starlink.
But with the whole like Nintendo Switch 2 thing, back in the day, X-Play Adam Sessler had one great nugget of knowledge that says, never buy a console at launch.
He is the greatest.
They're going to be riddled with wrong hardware, bad UI. Like, it's just better to just wait, let people figure it out, and once they smooth it out in like a version 3, then go get one. And then especially like
then games will be on sale.
When things come out, people need the new hotness. So then there's like a huge scramble to get like a product. It's like, no, I just can wait.
Yeah, no.
So
I mean, PlayStation, we had to wait a bit though.
One of the things that I was most excited about was the fact that New Switch plays GameCube games if you sign up for their premium model. And I have that premium model because I like playing N64 games. But I've been taking a look at a lot of little guys, little handhelds.
Yeah.
And there's one.
He's been doing research.
I can get it shipped to my house for like $209. A Retroid Pocket 4 Pro.
It looks really nice.
And it plays everything up to like PS2, Wii, and Switch games. Like some like lighter like indie games and shit.
Yeah. And it's got modifiable like what was he doing? Oh, it's a dual processor where you can kind of set it up.
You can tinker to make it play the games the best that they can run at like 60 frames per second.
They did it to F-Zero by running the dual core on it, which
better resolutions. And it's why would I want to buy a $500 system, pay a $100 service fee just to play old games that I could kind of play for free?
Hypothetically.
In Minecraft.
Because we own the game, so if it's an emulation.
Off camera, we're not going to show you, but I own every single GameCube and PS2 game in the world. So.
Oh my god.
If you catch us playing any.
Yeah, dude, they're all over there. You can see it through the reflection of my eyes in the camera. That's all you need to know.
But with the Nintendo Switch 2, like,
we respect the law.
Announcement, there was just like, oh, you can play like all the games you could have been playing on PS5 with us. And I was like, I already played those games on PS5. Why would I? I mean, Donkey Kong looks cool. Bonanza.
Yeah.
That one looks fun. But, like, you know what? I can wait.
Let it go on sale.
Yeah.
If I'm already going to pay, like, almost $600 with tax for a system, I might as well not pay the $90. I want them to feel the backlash. Like, the more people pull back, the better things will be forward.
Well, that's the thing.
They're not going to be like, oh, you're not buying my $90 game? Okay, how about $110?
When Nintendo came out with the Switch, they needed the win because the Wii U was such a failure. But the fact that the Switch 2 or the Switch was so fucking buku bananas sales, they're not hungry. So I think they're getting high on the smell of their own farts. I mean, like
they were when they made that
look what we
cardboard
can
peripheral.
do.
They were already
it's almost
high on
like
their farts.
when PS2 came out with PS3, and they're like, we don't need to improve all that much. People are, what are you, not going to get a PS3? And then that's why Xbox 360 won that generation. And then when the Xbox One tried coming out, because Xbox won that generation, I was just like, what, are you not going to be online all the time?
Oh, dude.
You can't afford it? Why don't you just play a 360?
Xbox pulled that shit.
And now they're in the fucking
shit,
tanker.
Yep. They're gone now.
And then after that, Nintendo won the generation with Switch. And then, do you not need a Switch 2? You can still play the Switch 1. You can, people vote with their dollars.
The model of how, like, talking to you, I've been figuring this out, is Nintendo is really good at being a step behind but doing it really well.
Yeah.
So like their latest hotness is not as powerful as everybody else's current hotness.
Yeah.
They like to lag in the back a little bit,
which I mean,
Well,
I get it, and then they capitalize on that, so it makes it cheaper for the overhead.
I like playing Nintendo for Nintendo games.
And that's
And
how
then
they suck your
they
blood.
knock it out of the park with that, but especially like now that Mario Kart's $80, they have this whole variable pricing thing. What am I going to wait to buy a system until Smash Brothers is $200?
Dear Shigeru Miyamoto,
Please
how hard is it for me to just go ahead and put these games on layaway? Because if y'all want to play like that, I want to play like a poor person.
You have to wait until your local Kmart has them and you put it on layaway.
I remember when the last Kmart I ever saw went down, and they deserved it. And it wasn't anything to do with the people that worked there or anything. It just looked so sad. Like the lighting.
The blue light special is broken out.
Dude.
Other than that, I've been really looking forward to using my PS5 more.
Good.
And there's a game coming out on the 24th called Clair Obscur Expedition 33.
That looks good.
It is a tried and true turn-based RPG with like
Dragoon mechanics.
Legend of the Dragoon timing mechanics.
For
the art looks great. The story, it looks wonderful. And the fact that it's releasing for like $50.
I love it.
Hell yeah.
It should be good. Everything I've seen on it so far has been very positive. And at our current ages, I really want to play it because I want to see what they think a 40-year-old looks like.
Yeah.
Because if you're dying at 33 as part of the story,
Well, I think everyone else that's older than 33 has been dusted away by the paintress. So
you got to watch the trailer. It'll tell you everything.
Maybe at the end of the game you fail, and then the next game is Expedition 32.
Oh, dude.
Well, we're gonna take a quick break, get all of our urine out of our bodies. I want to go kiss and hug my girlfriend.
I'm gonna use the Lord name in vain in my car while I smoke cigarettes.
Hell yeah!
Let's go.
Let's go. Thank you for letting us go pee. One thing I wanted to talk about. Have you heard about Gator wine? It's apparently taking TikTok by storm right now.
As a bartender, I have never made one. But please enlighten the world.
So it's red wine. They're not really specific about what kind of red wine. Because when I think of red wine, capital letters, like it's a
Port.
Cabernet Sauvignon. A Merlot.
A red blend.
But we were at Aldi's after set building, and they changed their entire layout.
Oh, they did?
The booze is up front now.
Love it.
The wine, the seltzers, the beer, everything is just like right after you get vegetables like potatoes and onions. This is like, have you thought about wine?
Do you need some Jameson?
And so at set build, Bree and Meadow were just talking about like, on TikTok there's this thing called Gator wine. And I want to say about a year ago, watching Binging with Babish, that's a man with fine tastes. He does not like the cheap shit. But when he was drinking Gator wine, 1 part red wine, like equal parts red wine,
So
and
half.
the light blue glacial freeze.
That's a good Gatorade.
It is a good Gatorade.
I would do the fruit punch though, personally, but
well, the sweetness from the Gatorade knocks off the
Tart.
acidity of the wine without destroying the flavor of the wine. And you drink it, and you're drinking wine, so you're getting fucked up, but you're also drinking Gatorade, so your body's just fine.
it helps.
I had
the
about
horrendous hangover.
about 2 whole bottles of Gator wine because, like, after a while, like Bennett came home after main pub, and we had white wine, Gator wine, and yeah, after 2 whole bottles and waking up just like 6:30, 7 in the morning, just like I'm alive. I'm alive and I feel fantastic.
That never
I mean,
happens on cheap wine.
I did wake up at midnight to zombie myself to the fridge to eat like a beef stick, but that's just the Gator wine had nothing to do with that.
He was a Gator wine.
Well, as any makeup episode goes, I'm sorry we will not be spinning the wheel today because we spun it last time.
We still owe one. Yeah.
But the game that we were playing was one of your games. It was Super
classic.
Punch-Out.
Super Punch-Out. The long-awaited sequel of Punch-Out. And by that, we mean like 8 years.
Well,
Something like that. It was pretty tight. Or not very tight. But it was pretty close to a launch title for the SNES. It looked beautiful. We pushed you through your first real playthrough, at least of one circuit. We got you through the minor circuit with only 2 deaths, which was pretty damn good, considering some of the later guys in the first one get a little complicated. But as far
the other thing, Super Punch-Out always seems to be the forgotten one. Because Punch-Out on the regular Nintendo was such a Mike Tyson Super Punch-Out until he did some
there was stairs involved.
Schmashalt
Yeah,
and went to Schmale, and then I also had the contract ran out, so Mike Tyson became what, Mr. Sandman, Mr. Dream.
Yeah.
But
Sandman has been in every.
But the
Punch-Out.
the Super Nintendo one is like the middle child, where you have the first one on the Nintendo, the middle child's on the Super Nintendo, and they didn't make one until the Wii. But the Wii one was great.
It skipped 2 generations. It skipped 64, and then GameCube.
You know what? A lot of things I feel like skipped the 64, like no Metroids or anything like that.
Do it like. 64 gave up a lot of potential because Nintendo was still running Final Fantasy back in the day, and then like the only RPGs that you had, and
Quest 64,
Quest 64, and then Tactics or Ogre Battle.
Ogre Battle is pretty good.
Person of Lordly Caliber.
But yeah, N64 fucked up a lot of shit. Sure, they had Ocarina of Time, they had Mario 64, they had all these revolutionary games, but there was about like maybe a dozen games on N64 worth playing.
There's a guy that's
N64 has Diddy Kong Racing.
Diddy Kong Racing was awesome. I enjoyed Snowboard Kids.
True.
That was
those kids with those big fat honking noses.
Yeah,
no wonder you relate.
Yeah, dude, I'm all about it.
Sorry, nose joke.
Represent. Fuck yeah, dude. I love that shit. It was awesome, but they didn't have a lot going on.
But the Super Nintendo version,
if it wasn't made by Rare, it was probably not that great.
I think their most iconic character from that game is Bear Hugger, and only because I look exactly like him.
Yeah, we pulled him up. And
he's literally wearing just like overalls, and that's it.
And boxing gloves.
He's got like a chest hair that's shaped like a pine tree, and a big bushy beard.
That was when it was mostly original characters. That's what that's what Super Punch Out brought to the party. They added a few in the Punch Out for Wii, but like Bear Hugger was awesome. I like Piston Hurricane just because they threw a Cuban guy in there.
I feel like
that just kills it. Like
the upgrade
he's the first
from
real fight you get.
The upgrade from regular Punch Out on NES to Super Punch Out on the Super Nintendo, less racism.
They made it a lot less racist. And then the thing is, they flipped it, and my favorite Game Grumps one to watch is because Danny's the dude that plays original Punch Out.
Oh, yeah.
They don't touch Super.
Aaron doesn't play games.
Not well. For the most part. But then they switch, and then they play the new one on Wii, and they're like, wow, these guys are actually endearing. Like, if Punch Out started as an arcade cabinet where they had
the wireframe Little Mac
and the most racist names of people. It was way worse before the original because they
the Russian guy is Vodka Drodinski.
Do you want to know what they called the Italian dude?
Pizza pasta.
Pizza pasta.
Pizza pasta.
Pizza pasta, dude. Like
big mustache.
Come on, man. Like, and Mario should have that's the one time where the Mario judge should have been like really biased.
Mario with a super curly. He smells like garlic.
Yeah, they're gonna make his freaking like coach look like Mussolini and shit.
But you did coach me through the minor circuit into the middle circuit.
Yep.
I got to Dragon Chan,
the first boxer to not get kicked out for kicking somebody in the face while coming off the fucking ropes.
And that's where like
is a healing mechanic.
Did a little rewinding because like, hey, if we're playing it on the NSO,
we're not renting it.
Feel free to use that rewind feature.
Don't be ashamed. Ben Schwartz did it.
Also, Bob Charlie was
the fun.
Jamaican.
Shock and dive, dude.
Dude. Well, here's the thing with Punch Out, it's a action game in that it's about boxing, but it's more a puzzle rhythm game.
Yeah.
Where like once you figure out the patterns and you get the sound cues, because you can cold clock people in one punch.
You can
if you get it right,
but you got to be careful.
But you got to be precise.
I do like that it does maintain it rewards you for knowing shit.
Well,
like,
especially
it keeps your special meter all the way up, and then like once you learn how the specials work and stuff, it's a lot better.
Well, especially since like you're like Smash Coach extraordinaire.
Damn right.
Going to Super Punch Out coach. Just like hit him now, hit him now. And I'm like, there's four different ways I can hit him. Which one is the secret button?
Wherever his gloves are not.
God damn.
And it's weird because like you get used to it and you don't think it's second nature to check like where the gloves are, because I can tell you left, right all day, but I keep forgetting that it's like, oh yeah, up, left, up, right, up. Special. But
well, do you have anything else you'd like to say about Super Punch Out?
It's perfect. I'm gonna start trying to find some like modded versions of it that might be pretty crazy.
Well, that'd be fun.
But no, that was a fun one. I'm really glad we got it on this one because I got to feel how you felt in Majora's Mask. You know,
where it's like I know what I'm talking about here.
Check this out. Bet you didn't know that. Like, but no, it's a good one. And we were gonna experiment with some cheat codes, but lack of controllers. The cheats that are available on that game just basically. Well, the service already offers the SP version where you can fight everybody. But there is a cheat code where you can fight your buddy. You can do a 2-player against each other, but it's always very one-sided.
Well, on that version of the game, there's a 2-player mode?
There is.
And somebody just has to be
hold a few buttons down, and so one guy is the opposition, the other guy's Little Mac. And it's like, oh yeah, let me get Nick Bruiser on that shit.
Well, that's really fun.
Yeah, no, that's a mode that exists. It's very playable. It's a lot of fun. I used to do it with my buddies, and whoever ends up playing the bad guy, basically the opponent, always wins as long as you don't get Gabby J.
You just get all these special powers. It's just like, I want to do the teleporting move over and over and over again.
I got into a fist fight with my buddy Cameron when I was a kid. We found that code in a Nintendo Power once.
Yeah.
And we were playing it at my house, and I I decided to do Dragon Chan the cheesiest way. So I kept doing like up kicks, and then I'd let him beat me up a little bit, knock him out, and then do the whoop where he heals himself.
Oh yeah, playing against the boss that heals himself
fully heals him, and you can see the dude's meter.
Well,
so it's like,
well,
okay.
especially with a game like Punch Out and Super Punch Out, that is essentially a boss rush game.
That is all it is.
Some bosses are easier than others, but like there's no enemies. It's just bosses.
I wish they'd make a Conor McGregor edition where you get to fight the like
and he sucks
audience
at it
members.
Yeah, Hasbull is there.
Yeah, dude, you lose a match, and then like the next match, you're throwing like chairs and shit at their tour bus.
And then you get to fight Joe Rogan at the end.
Oh, dude. Joe Rogan's Punch Out.
Joe Rogan, if you're listening, and we know you are, sign up for our Punch Out game.
Oh, dude, I'd be down. Be like, I can't do a Kimura on this. Yeah, it's on MMA, bro.
Now, we spun the wheel back in our episode that we couldn't
Back
record.
in the other pile
Back
of
in
lost
the olden
episodes.
days.
Yeah.
But we did get...
We got a good one. It's a Game Boy game, though.
It's a Game Boy game.
It's a Game Boy game.
We got Metroid 2, Return of Samus.
Yeah.
And
I
let me
loved it
tell
as a
you,
kid. It was
going
beautiful.
in... There is so many better ways to play this game. If you have a 3DS, get the...
What's the name of it? The one they did perfectly.
Samus Returns.
Samus Returns is so good.
You get Metroid 2, Samus Returns. It takes the base game, makes it better. If you don't have a 3DS, and if you have a computer that can play Flash games...
And a copy of the game at home.
There is a version of the game called AM2R. Another Metroid 2 remake. And it's better than the Nintendo remake.
No shit.
It is. You can scan stuff. You can have more abilities in the game. There's built-in randomizers. There's so much. Google AM2R. Download that EXE. You don't need to set up an emulator. You don't need to fuck around with any files. It's just a game and you can play it. Put on a Bluetooth controller. Play that version. This one, we're going to have a time. We're going to have a time. It's not going to be a good time.
It'll be there.
It's not going to be a bad time. Because it's still Metroid. It's still a Game Boy game, but it won't be like that one time we played Quest for Camelot. It's better than that.
Oh, that was.
But yeah, this game's not
and Zebra
great.
Sucked too.
So I am whelmed.
We are equally whelmed.
We are so
Balanced
equally
whelming.
whelmed. But we want to say thank you for making it this far into the episode. We're about to wrap this up. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, click that bell, yada yada. I hate saying that stuff, but it helps. And we just hope that you play something good this week.
Yeah, enjoy your off time the best of your
Go to Deku Deals. Find a fun game to play. Don't spend all your money on a $60 game. Get Claire Obscure. I'll be playing that
great.
soon. When I get my Retroid Pocket 4, I'll let you know how Shadow Hearts is going. Man, I'm plumb excited.
Been a minute for Shadow Hearts, man.
We're about to do a PS2 renaissance. But let me see. Right over here. And we'll play that. Play us out, Sammy. Alright. Bye, guys. We love you so much. And then a high five. And then a flex. What?
Hear this one.